what you'll notice here is just by moving the patient's hips backward on the movable plinth, keeping the same kind of base. In this case, we're going with the diamond hand position that's common in a lot of exercises, protocols in personal training, fitness, sports performance, and rehab. But it can be any stance with the hands that you choose. But by putting her hips back, we're going to induce a little forward lean. The farther her body goes, the more moving her shoulder up in elevation. And so, again, depending on the athlete, if you're working with an overhead athlete, javelin, baseball, definitely your pitchers, discus, any of those things, as you want to move them into a slightly more precarious position intentionally, you can do that here as well. So, same direction as Amy, we want you to explode, use your fingertips, but I want you to try to keep this forward lean while you go. You might need to squeeze your legs in a little bit on the plinth to do that. You ready? Mm-hmm. Go ahead and try 5 of those. Good. Now you notice it's pretty much physically impossible to keep exactly that body angle, but that's fun. As long as she's starting there forward, we're getting a higher degree of elevation than if we had her go just straight from a vertical chest press. We're going to show an alternate here too in the quadruped position, but now we've inverted the athlete and put them facing to the platform. We're going to do some upper body plyometrics, all the same concepts, but if you notice, by putting her horizontal on the movable plinth, we're now up to near total shoulder elevation. And again, this would be something to do at the later ends of rehab, but if you have a basketball player who gets rebounds directly overhead, if you're working a tennis player who serves overhead, eventually you want their shoulder to be strong here, and this is a pretty good way to do the press. So go ahead and just do about 3 of those presses out. Keep your nice core stability position here while you do that. Great. Excellent. And to see what Amy's demonstrating here too is if you get that extra excursion, we're trying to train scapulothoracic stability through all that movement. There's been a number of research studies that try to say which is the best exercise for these groups, and we certainly have our protocols we use here. But I think in global terms is if you've got control of the movement of scapulothoracic motion, you are recruiting those muscles. If you're seeing dyskinesis or winging during this exercise, they might need some remedial open chain work and our more classic rehabilitation things before they're ready for this. Same thing, Amy, if you don't mind, why don't you point your fingers out towards the camera there, and let's just do from there. So again, by varying grip, we're going to change the humeral orientation. Let's have you do a press.
Like that?
Yeah, and then press out to straight, and then just control that motion about 3 reps. Good. Again, we're out of a quadruped position. We move the athlete a little bit closer to the stable platform here. We're going to have her go from a press straight into a plyometric. So, Amy, go ahead and push hard enough that it makes the sled travel up, and go ahead and catch your weight with your fingers when you come down. Good. You notice here we can cue her for it, but we're also having her keep that quadruped position for core stability. Go ahead and hit about 5 of those. Good. And get as much explosion as you can on those. Good. So we're going to show another alternate. We're still at a quadruped position. You could do either a press or a plyometric out of here. But again, a lot of athletes aren't able to really handle those loads, and we don't want them to if they're finger digits with those smaller phalangeal joints and the flexor and extensor tendons of the wrist and finger. If it feels awkward at all or they're not ready, a good alternative is to put a small ball in their hand. It doesn't have to be weighted. It could be air-filled, but even if they can tolerate the weight, a kilogram ball might give you a little more challenge of holding that position with these scapular muscles as well as driving through that. It's going to, when the ball hits the platform, it will take a lot of that shock and absorption and make it so a lot of that doesn't channel through the joints and tendons of the wrist. So Amy, why don't you just hit about 3 plyometrics there for us. She's pushing all the way out. Same motion that you saw demonstrated before with an open hand, but patients who aren't ready for loading their fingers and wrists are going to feel a lot better with this one.